Hello everybody, welcome back to another Warframe showcase, and today we're showing off Revenant. First off, let's start with his passive. I think it's very useful. Shield depletion smashes enemies within 7.5 meters. This is like an extra hit of survivability, because trust me, knocking every enemy to the ground is very helpful. Especially, I've seen it happen several times. It happens a lot actually. You get knocked to the ground as soon as your shield drops, and then the heavy units just have at you. This is a really good frame. A really tanky frame, especially if you keep on. His second ability, would we'll be getting to in a minute. First ability, Enthrall. Convert target into a thrall, turning one of their allies and enthrall through damage. Basically, it will spread constantly as they attack more and more of each other until you get more of a horde. But the horde has an added effect, as you can see, which is a pillar of damage wherever any enthralled enemy dies. And the damage is actually quite sufficient. I think it counts as finisher damage, the amount of it that it actually does. It has to count as finisher damage. Let's move on to the second ability, Mesmer Skin. Become enveloped in sentient energy, redirecting damage, and stun all who dare to attack. Stun enemies can enthrall at no energy cost. This is actually a very useful ability, and weirdly it's your second, but you usually cast it first. And his regeneration ability, Reeve. Dash through all as a wall of sentient energy, leeching shields health from any in contact. Really useful. And as you can see, you could also increase the drain with ability strength, increase the range, and also cut the energy costs. Trust me, you're going to want to do that levels if you manage to drop Mesmer levels, more enemies. Mesmer Skin isn't a complete nullification. It does have charges that's 9 hits, and there's a brief amount of time in which you can get hit after one charge. So that, combined with his passive, he has high amounts of survivability, but his damage is mitigated with Dense Macabre. Dense Macabre is a very high DPS ability. Even as you can see, the damage isn't that high at 3800. I have mine up 3800, stats are based at 2500. It does a lot of damage thanks to the rework he got after his release. The damage type actually switches to the weakest damage type the enemy is weak to. And you could also hold down the ability button to increase the drain, but also increase the damage output. And before we get started, I'm going to show why I don't show all enemy types at once. This tends to happen. The simulacrum is just more for showing off. No, it's not. It's a literal simulation of a war zone. As we approach, Mesmer Skin, the first enemy to hit, it's a free cast. And as they all fall to sleep, they will start spreading. It is a really, really useful ability, but there's a slight problem. Warframe AI, that's why I like the second part of the ability, where it's a literal pillar of damage if you actually manage to kill them, which is very easily with your ultimate. But even level 100s, it's still really tough. Let me take out here's on that. But this is what I like and don't like about the new AI. I don't notice if you've noticed it, they've like learned to back away from their targets finally, instead of just running headfirst into absolute danger, which is death if they find another player. But I'm getting too meta. The pillar of... I really want to show off the pillar of damage if I can get one close enough to one. Because the damage output is really nice. I don't know if you think you don't need Reeve, you could just get something like Nidus's Larva. Or maybe Chorus and Snare. And you could do some high damage output with Revenant. But I get why he's so far reaching, and the reach is based on enemy combat. It's because they usually shoot from distance, and he is an open world. He is from one of the open world expansions. You see how fast the charges are going? But see how many of them are already unconscious and begin to die. And these are level 100 star chart enemies. My bad there, I supposed to actually stop doing that for a second. You could stop mid-charge of it so you could recast. But what I've noticed is they've added nice ground finishers. Very helpful. Let's see how well his ultimate does against something a little bit more tanky. Steel path level enemies. Oh boy. Recast. Some of them have taken a lot of it, and some of them backed off early. That's why the time to kill is off by so much. Anyway, guys, this has been Revenant, and I will see you guys next time.